Hey guys, and welcome to Pirate Hunter Traffy. Welcome to another thrilling showdown in the world of epic battles. Today, we bring you an explosive clash between two legendary powerhouses. Escanor, the mighty sin of pride from the 7 deadly sins, and Fleet Admiral Akainu, the fiery force from One Piece. Get ready to witness the ultimate clash between Escanor, the Sin of Pride, and Fleet Admiral Akainu. Buckle up and prepare for an adrenaline-fueled rollercoaster ride of anime awesomeness. On the right, we have the Lion, Escanor, who represents the Sin of Pride. He is considered to be one of the 7 deadly sins' greatest, despite the fact that he is a human. He is one of the most influential characters in the narrative. Only Meliodas at full strength, the Demon Lord, and a few other gods come close. Even though he starts out as an average person and the prince of the kingdom of Castillo, Escanor uses his power, Sunshine, to become one of the best fighters in the world. Escanor has a skill called Sunshine, which was given to him by the Archangel Mael. It makes his skills change as the day goes on and as the night goes on. Escanor is a small, shy bartender who isn't very good at fighting when the sun goes down. But when the sun comes up, he changes into a macho man hunk who can beat up anyone who gets in his way. As the sun comes up until noon, Escanor's skills only get better. When the sun is at its highest point in the sky, Escanor changes into a powerful form called the One. Meliodas can't beat this form, not even with his strongest attack mode. When Escanor and Meliodas fight, Escanor, as the One, knocks out Meliodas in one blow. Even so, this is just a small part of what Escanor can do. Escanor cuts his opponent with a downward swipe of his hand when he uses the Divine Sword Escanor. This attack destroyed the ominous nebula that Zaldris had made. Divine Spear Escanor, Escanor stabs his opponent hard enough to cut them with his middle finger. In the end, Escanor can trade his own life force to bring the One into existence. The One Ultimate is an even more powerful skill than the One. Escanor gives up his life so that, for a short time, he can be one of the greatest things in the world. This power can only be used once, which is a shame. Weapons. Escanor poses Rita. It's a big, pretty axe named after a young woman who is said to be in love with the sun. It is very heavy, and its head is where most of that weight is. This makes the axe very unstable and a two-handed axe, but he can use it with just one hand. Also, since Escanor is facing Akainu in the One Piece world, it makes sense that he would have all 3 forms of Haki. This would make him one of the most dangerous characters in One Piece, on par with Shanks and Kaido, and give him a total bounty of 2,659,000,000,000 berries, and his power would come from a fruit from the devil. The Sun fruit could be it. And on the left, we have Sakazuki, who used to go by the name Akainu when he was an admiral, and is now the Fleet Admiral of the Marines. Abilities and powers. As Fleet Commander, Sakazuki is in charge of all marine operations. He only has to answer to the 5 elders of the world government, and the Commander-in-Chief right now on top of the powers he already had as an admiral, such as giving special orders like a buster call on any island he thinks is a threat at any time, and letting others do the same. But since he is facing off one-on-one, let's check out his abilities. Physical abilities. As with all admirals, Sakazuki has a lot of physical skill. Whitebeard, the strongest man in the world who, even when he was old, could easily beat a giant's strength, was no match for his raw physical strength. Sakazuki held back the Elder's two-handed swing with his big Naginata, which was covered in a quake bubble to make it stronger. He did this with just one leg. The most impressive thing about Sakazuki is how tough and resilient he is. This is best shown by the fact that not even 2 direct quake punches from Whitebeard, one to his neck and another to his midsection, both of which were infused with haki, making them even more powerful, could knock him out, with the second blow being strong enough to split the island of Marineford in 2 as a side effect. Sakazuki was still aware and had enough strength to keep fighting, even though he was hurt and bleeding on his face. He never showed signs of being tired or slowed down by his injuries. Sakazuki's fight with Kuzan is another example of his strength, endurance, and willpower. The 2 admirals fought for a total of 10 days, and both of them got very hurt in the process. Despite the length of time it took to settle, Sakazuki was the clear winner over Kuzan. Sakazuki has shown he is fast in other ways, like when he used his skills to move quickly. He can easily catch up to people who are running away from him and seem to be moving quickly. This is shown by how quickly the Admiral caught up to Jinbei, even though Jinbei had gotten a head start because important people were trying to keep Sakazuki away. Also, the Admiral's hearing is so good that he can hear moves underwater from far away. Devil Fruit. Regarding devil powers, Sakazuki ate the Magu Magu no Mi, a Logia-type devil fruit that lets him turn his body into lava that he can make, control, and change. His magma is very hot and very powerful, which makes it good for fighting. It lets Sakazuki burn, melt, and destroy anything in his way. In fact, Sakazuki's devil fruit is said to have the most attack power of all of the devil fruits. Sakazuki's main way to fight is to turn his arms into magma and throw burning punches or hooked thrusts that can easily go through people's bodies. Make his arms much bigger so he can throw huge magma fists at enemies farther away, and even send out a barrage of magma fists that look like meteors and destroy the ground. Sakazuki's magma body can't be hurt by anything but haki weapons, and its heat makes it hard for enemies to get close to him and hit him for fear of getting burned. Also, his skills give him a lot of control. He can melt through anything in his way, even making a tunnel through the ground, and he can fly for a short time using jets of magma to move himself. Even for a Logia, this ability has a lot of power and promise. When Sakazuki used it too much for 10 days, it changed the climate of half an island and turned it into a permanent fire that burns the sea around it. Haki. In terms of haki, it is obvious to stipulate that he is a master of all 3 forms of haki. You cannot reach the title of Fleet Admiral without being really strong. And with that, let's get into the fight. The battlefield was set ablaze by the scorching sun as Escanor, the lion's sin of pride, and Fleet Admiral Akainu faced each other in an epic clash of power and determination. The air crackled with tension as their immense strengths threatened to tear the very fabric of reality. Escanor stood tall, his golden mane shimmering with radiance. The sun above reached its zenith, empowering him with unparalleled might. His pride soared as he gazed at his adversary, a formidable force known as Akainu. The marine officer's body emanated waves of intense heat fueled by the power of the Magu Magu no Mi. As the battle commenced, Akainu launched a devastating attack, summoning torrents of molten magma from beneath the earth. The scorching wave surged towards Escanor, but the lion's sin stood unyielding. With a mere gesture, he conjured his divine axe Rita, a weapon capable of channeling his solar-infused strength. Escanor swung his mighty axe, unleashing a torrent of blazing flames that collided with Akainu's magma onslaught. The clash unleashed an explosion, engulfing the battlefield in a blinding inferno. The ground trembled as their powers collided, each refusing to give an inch. The lion's sin stepped forward, his muscles bulging with raw power. His overwhelming presence radiated like a sun, causing the surrounding temperature to rise exponentially. Akainu, undeterred, continued to unleash a barrage of magma-infused attacks, attempting to wear down his opponent. Escanor's pride swelled within him, fueling his determination to prove his superiority. He charged forward, his axe slicing through the air with immense force. His strikes were precise and potent, infused with the scorching energy of the sun itself. Akainu defended himself valiantly, utilizing his magma powers to create a wall of defense, but he struggled to withstand Escanor's relentless assault. Escanor's power grew with each passing moment, his muscles bulging even further. The intense heat intensified, causing Akainu's magma to waver. Sensing his opportunity, Escanor unleashed his ultimate attack, Cruel Sun! A blinding solar energy beam surged, piercing Akainu's defenses and striking him with unprecedented force. Akainu staggered, his body seared by the scorching attack. The relentless assault had taken its toll on the formidable Fleet Admiral. As he fell to his knees, his determination faltered. Escanor stood tall, his pride unshaken, and proclaimed his victory. The battlefield fell into silence as Escanor's brilliance waned with the setting sun. Well, that's it for today. What are your thoughts on the fight? Please share with us in the comments below. Also, remember to like, share, and subscribe. We really appreciate your support.